Why lifters miss lifts, hey? How to pick up chicks and hit more PBs. Right? You do it with honey. Honey to the fly, fly to the honey.
Hey.
So I wrote an article ages ago, and it was the topic of the headline, what is it called, headline, was how to pick up chicks and hit more PBs. Right. I don't know either of those two things.
Oh,
Be more fly. Yeah, I posted it and read it.
As a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. R/.
No, so what it was like your lift, right? Let's talk about lifting in the gym sense, and apply this to whatever it is you want to apply it, whether it be going for a job, asking a chick, that's the idea, or this case, let's use the gym for lifting, hitting a PB.
Yeah,
okay. So your lift starts a minute before your lift.
Yep.
Okay, minimum 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And so at that point, you've disengaged. You need to disengage between lifts. So as you're warming up and doing that sort of stuff in your lift, don't sit down and think about the fucking lift. Disengage, think about unicorn farts, think about, the seventh season of Friends, whatever it might be, I don't really give a shit. But make sure, otherwise you get fatigued. You get mentally fatigued, and what you will find is that your brain with monkey mind just chatter across and you'll end up talking yourself out of something. So you need to disengage and have some sort of music or something going on that's just keeping you not thinking about it. Otherwise, you'll just be too gassed by the time you get there, especially if you've got a comp and you're there all day. So let's talk about the 30 seconds prior. You should have the exact same routine drilled in every single time, right?
Autopilot.
Yeah. There should be like no conversation. There should be no room for a conversation of, I wonder if. It's like...
You go there and pick it up.
It's the simple understanding is I either pick it up or I don't. That's it, right? Now, in understanding that, though, is that if you come to that point, you don't have the pressure of like, oh, what happens if I don't pick it up? It's like, look, you either fucking pick it up or you don't pick it up. That's the only thing. Nothing else happens, right?
The difference is you pick it up. Pick it up. There's no alternative, and then if it doesn't go, it doesn't go.
Well, there is alternative. You don't pick it up.
No.
Like it's important to understand that. Otherwise, you're delusional. So it doesn't mean that you don't walk up to the bar and you're like, there is every single fucking ounce of my being is going into this very moment. There's no before, there's no after. And actually just before the lift, surprise, surprise, I'm already high-fiving someone. I've fucking already done it, right? So I just need to show everyone now.
Yeah.
But I also need to accept beforehand that there's a chance that it won't happen and that it'll all be okay. Because if I don't understand that, what happens is I'm like, oh, if I don't get it, then X will happen. Yeah. And I can dramatize. It's like nothing fucking happens. In fact, you know what? The honesty thing, no one gives a shit.
No.
One of the best things I had before my fight, 2018, 6 years ago, was a coach told me, he's like, look, you're going to go in there and he's going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt, just go in there and bang. Right? No one's going to care, no one's going to remember. Yeah. And it was the most liberating thing someone told me.
I mean, just coming back to your point about, like, there is a chance that it won't happen. One of Al's philosophies, actually, going into a powerlifting comp, like, there's no reason why you shouldn't lift 9 to 9 if you're training on point.
Yep.
And so then, that ties then into coming back to my point of, no, it's already gone. Unless you're doing something completely outlandish, like trying to put 20 kilos on a PB that you haven't touched in training.
Sure. So you got to trust the process.
Yeah.
And the key word there is trust.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's like trust isn't a mechanical systemic thing. It's not. It's a feeling, and it's something that we have to work on. And so in what you're saying now is literally trusting the process.
Yeah.
And if you trust the process and you execute on the day, then of course, why would it not happen?
Yeah.
Right? And that's correct. The thing about it though is that whole like law of attraction, the secret kind of philosophy, for some people, they'll go into that thinking, oh, I just, have the law of attraction around me and I did the work, but it's just like, that doesn't fucking work.
So, so there's a foolishness in just expecting it to go.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
I understand.
Yep. So it's sort of like, you need that part of you. You need that part that's just that little bit cocky, sure. Yeah. But there's been so many times that if you become cocky, I'm talking proper cocky, you'll get fucked every single time. Absolutely. So why people miss lifts is either because they're all that or they're not that. Yeah. Right? The accepting that it's either going to move or it's not is crucial because you actually alleviate pressure off yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once we leave out pressure ourselves, it's like, right, what can I focus on? It's like every single fucking ounce of my being is going into this very moment.
Yeah.
And there is nothing that's going to stop me from executing that. And when we can be in that space, nothing can stop you from executing what your training has got you to today.
Yes.
Right?
That's the asterisk. Yeah.
Yes. And so that's where, yeah.
400's not going to go. Yeah.
Right? So like that's a crucial thing, and this is why so many lifters miss lifts. And there's another conversation here around negative self-talk, and I've talked to many people around this sort of stuff.
Talk negatively to them, though.
Well, so we've got to be careful with negative self-talk, because when we try and combat negative self-talk, we give negative self-talk life.
Yeah.
And it's not honest, it's not real.
Yeah, well, you're feeding it.
Yes. Yep.
Feeding it with attention.
Yep, exactly right. So when we fight it, rather than letting it go and realizing that they're not our thoughts, because so much of our super ego thoughts are not actually our thoughts, they're thoughts of someone else they said to us once.
Yeah.
And so realizing that, you know, the doubt and this and that is not actually, it's just what we're clinging on to as it flows down the river. That is our imagination, right? And there's been times, if we can let that fucking shit go and just come back into our body and focus on every single ounce of my very being is going to rip this fucking bar off the ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to do, like, that's all we can focus on.
Correct.
But when we realize we're not our thoughts, and then we're able to, we free ourselves from all the negative self-talk that we never actually say to ourselves. But it's like, oh, I thought that. It's like, yeah, but you thought a lot of other good stuff. You didn't own that. Hey guys, if you want to learn more about how you can develop your coaching skills so you can develop your coaching brand, business, yourself, and the people around you, then you got to get your way to one of my seminars. I've got my Connected Coaching Seminar coming up in Sydney, Perth, and dates are up in Brisbane as well. You can find those dates on davenixon.com.au or hit me up a message on Facebook. You should be able to find me. Jump on my podcast, Mood Prep, be able to find it on there as well. Otherwise, I'd love to see you there. That's kind of it. Cool. Just come along. It's fucking, the tickets are pretty cheap. Like, I made that on purpose. There's no reason you can't make it, honestly.
Mate.
Yeah, peace and pizza. I'll see you there.